Previously on The Last Resort, 5 couples in crisis arrived on a tropical island.
Oh my gosh.
Where they were given 1 month to fall in love again.
I would love nothing more to be able to give you this ring in a month's time.
More than anything, I want you to get your happy and your sparkle back.
I don't want you to be with anyone else but me.
Tonight, a special guest brings romance to the resort.
I'm going to get you to kiss each other passionately.
And the guys organise fantasy dates.
Carla's never done anything that romantic before.
I'm so blown away with what you've done.
But not every girl's dream comes true.
You're selfish. I think Josh is done with me.
I always disappoint you.
But that's how I feel.
I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much.
This is The Last Resort. Jodie and Stu have not had sex for more than 12 months, and there is less than 4 weeks left to get their spark back and rescue their marriage.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
When a relationship lacks intimacy for a long time, it can be quite difficult and awkward to rebuild that connection.
How are you feeling about today?
Anxiety, because you never know what you're doing. Whether we're going to hate each other by the end of the day. Whether we could love each other at the end of the day, I don't know.
Oh, is there any more sugar?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Stu has learnt to be ambivalent and disconnected. Jodie has now lost quite a lot of trust in Stu as a lover and as a husband.
So did you have any weird dreams or anything last night? You did, again?
Yep. I feel like I'm drowning. It's pretty full on.
You're just really anxious and panicked. Stu and I are still in the friend zone. I just get rejected. I don't know why, and it upsets me. I don't think in his head he knows how serious it is. I don't want to be in a sexless marriage.
Knowing the challenges that the couples are facing, relationship specialists Sandy and Michael have brought them together.
Hello. Hi.
For a confronting group session.
We have a very exciting group for today. And the topic today is romance.
Oh, I don't know what to think.
Romance is really important, especially in a long-term relationship. It's the glue that holds a couple together when times get tough.
And we've invited a guest to take today's session.
Love and intimacy expert Dr. Nikki Goldstein is here to help the couples reignite the spark in their relationships.
Hi.
Hi. I thought, oh, she's really pretty.
Hi.
The boys are going to like this.
These couples represent the everyday person that's really struggling in their relationship, especially the women, are crying out for more affection, love and intimacy. Instead of thinking that romance is something that is stereotypically presented to us by society, red flowers, cupids, hearts, think about how can I show my partner that I'm considering and thinking about them? What things can I do to get that message across? That is romantic. And I want to ask you a question. How often do you passionately kiss each other?
Quite a bit. We don't.
You don't passionately kiss?
No.
I try to passionately kiss her nearly every day.
Aww.
And it never happens, though.
Thanks.
We passionately kiss probably 3 or 4 times a day.
Fantastic.
No, if it's good.
Yeah, unless we hate each other.
Yeah.
Which is quite often, but...
I wasn't surprised by the fact that many of them said they don't kiss passionately. This is one of the first things that seems to go out of a relationship, but something that's so important. So when we kiss our partner passionately, we release chemicals. It's also a very intimate moment in a way that we can express that love and intimacy to our partner. So I want to encourage you to kiss more passionately in relationships, and I have a little exercise to help you do that. So I'm going to get you to kiss each other passionately.
When I found out I had to kiss my husband, who I haven't kissed passionately in a year, I was just thinking, I wish it was not here in front of a whole heap of people because I've wanted to do it for so long.
So I want you to put a score of 1 to 10. How passionate was that kiss? Don't show your partner and reveal it afterwards.
What do we do with the hands?
Oh, stop. Well, try and keep your hands above board if you can.
Don't stand up after it.
All right, let's all do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Teamwork.
When in Rome.
So you ready? On your marks, get set. Start kissing. Jodie and Stu started awkwardly, but then they really got involved in the exercise. This was a really big moment for them. Now remember, the aim of this is not to shame the other person, it's to express how passionate we feel when we're kissing. So Lucy, what was your score?
I gave Carl a 10.
Oh.
It just always feels natural and passionate.
When I got the 10 for the kiss, I thought I was a bit of a stallion. I thought I was a bit of a legend. I gave Lucy a 10.
Aww.
Yeah. I always like kissing Lucy.
So Sade, can you show us and Josh your score?
Here we go.
This is supposed to help us. He's going to kill me. So 5 out of 10.
Oh. I would have at least given it a 7.
Room for improvement. Josh has always been like a real kind of open mouth, suck your face kisser. So I've always wanted to say it to him, but I think maybe the 5 out of the 10 kind of just hinted we need to improve that department a little.
And Josh, your score?
Let me just put that in your face for a second. Can you see that one? We felt like little school kids again.
Yeah, I felt like I was hooking up
awkward.
with him behind the canteen.
Even though Sade and Josh are separated, there's something really playful and fun with them. They're very cute together, and I have faith that they can work this out. So Sarah, what was your score?
I gave Keelan a 10 out of 10.
Another 10.
He knows what he's doing with his ton ring, and
Well, maybe that's the secret to passion.
in the bedroom too.
I gave Sarah an 8.5. She's quite good, but I think needs a little bit more tongue, baby.
Get away. I'm embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed.
Lisa, what was your score?
I gave Dan a 5.
Oh, I feel your pain, buddy. I feel your pain. Maybe we need tongue rings.
I was a little disappointed with my 5. I thought it deserved at least a 6 or a 7. So, yeah, 5 was... hurt my ego a little bit.
Why was it a 5, Lisa?
It lacks that real deep, like we just don't get in there. I like a really deep... That just kind of skirted around the edges. Sorry, love.
Lisa got a 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good, actually. Would have been a 10 out of 10 if you'd have brushed your teeth.
So, Jodie, what was your score?
I gave Stu a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
It's like the first time we've been intimate in like a year, even kissing-wise, so... That was a bit romantic, even though you're all watching.
I gave Joe an 8. It's been a while, so we're probably not used to kissing. The kissing part was really good. I enjoyed it, and it's been a long time. It just feels like we're getting back on track and we're going the right path. Yeah.
First half of my kiss, I was watching you, Stu. I was cheering for you.
Thanks, mate.
I feel great after that. Stu's still an amazing kisser. He always has been. got to first base. I guess we'll see if we get to second.
Now remember that this was not about shaming each other, and this was about highlighting the fact that we need intimacy in our relationships. So whether that's kissing or whether there's something else that you can incorporate into your relationships, work on that. Ask yourselves, how can I be intimate with my partner in other ways outside of the bedroom?
Will we be having one-on-one time with you? I thought she might have been able to give me some secret tips, teach me a thing or two.
Well, it's time to say goodbye to Nikki and to thank her very much for coming.
Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Nikki has given the couples plenty to think about. Now the specialists want the men to put what they've learned into practice.
A challenge that we've come up with for you guys is to create a super romantic fantasy date.
Here's your opportunity to be creative and address what your partner would like, not so much what you men would like. There's the key. Romance is a really important part of a relationship. It means I care about you. I want to stop the world and say, let's just us two be together. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hopefully the guys know us well enough to organise the best date ever.
Coming up, will the fantasy dates
This is the best day of my life.
bring romance
Do you reckon I'm likely to get lucky tonight?
or regret?
What other boyfriends bring you to a deserted island?
The ones that turn into exes. I just want to go home. I was done.
You're still not talking much.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just still tired.
The group session this morning lifted Stu's spirits. But it's not long before Jodie notices he's withdrawn into himself again.
I suppose just a lot of things happened the last couple of days.
I know, but I'm trying to emotionally deal with it too. I just need you kind of by my side a little bit to get through it because I feel a little bit weird about the whole thing, you know?
When anyone suffers a stressful life event, in Stu's case, a head injury, it will have a massive impact on personal relationships. The psychological trauma is ongoing. I'm worried about his state of mind, so I want some one-on-one time with him before his fantasy date. I'm keen to hear what's going on for you, first of all.
It's been pretty tough.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of emotions. The whole time it just feels like I just got a knot in my stomach and I just want to... Sometimes I want to just throw up. It feels like a lot of pressure. Sometimes I'll wake up feeling like I can't breathe.
Now, do you know what that is?
Anxiety.
It strikes me that you're under quite a lot of distress.
Probably having gotten over the whole injury and it's just wrapping your head around the whole situation.
I don't think you have been well managed subsequent to that injury. Happiness doesn't just tap you on the shoulder. I need to break down Stu's issues bit by bit to increase his happiness in all areas of his life. Happiness is not an end state. Happiness is a byproduct of all the things that we engage in. It's our job, it's our relationships, it's being with the kids, it's having time off. Having a purposeful life gives us that feeling of happiness. So it can't be a goal to be happy.
Yeah.
Now, you've got nothing else but to focus on Stu and work out what Stu needs to do. And I know it can be frightening, but I want you to be at least comforted that I'm aware of what's going on and we have our arms around you. We're not leaving you. We can deal with it. It's very manageable.
During these counselling sessions, I can see some hope and I can see myself moving forward. It's not until you actually get that monkey off your back that you start to think, hang on a minute, this is the right way to go.
Sure, if I asked you to marry me, you would marry me tomorrow.
Bullshit. No, I wouldn't. No.
Whatever. You're so full of it.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think once you stop drinking, then we can get married.
Well, I was planning on being drunk on our wedding day, so...
You would.
Why wouldn't you? That's what you meant to do.
What, so then the night of, you'd be too drunk to,
Nah, never.
No.
Nah.
You don't reckon?
Keelan's drinking is clearly his major problem. I want to show him the damage it's causing Sarah and get him into the right frame of mind before his fantasy date.
There you go.
So, Sarah, does his drinking make you uncomfortable?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you told Keelan you don't like his drinking?
Yes.
Have you asked him to drink less?
Yes.
Have you asked him to stop drinking?
Yes.
Sarah and Keelan have no ability to address any of the problems that are happening in their relationship. There is so much mistrust, so much sense of disappointment, and so much sense of anger that nothing is getting processed. So what is it about when Keelan's been drinking that's problematic for you?
He is more obsessed with his friends when he's been drinking because he wants those drinking buddies around. And I feel neglected all the time because I don't want to sit around and drink, so he finds other people to do it with.
You keep trying to reconnect and connect to the love of your life.
Mm-hmm.
He's special to you.
Mm-hmm.
His attention really matters, and yet he appears to not want much to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up home alone.
Yeah.
For me, the big point in all of this is you're really lonely.
Yeah.
And that makes you really sad. Like you're breaking her heart on a daily basis. She's home alone, wondering what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really not through a lack of love for you, man.
Yeah, I know that.
I want you to see that that's real and true.
Yeah.
She loves you that much.
Yeah. I see that. I definitely have a lot of work to do. It's a big thing to hear her say that she's lonely.
And truthfully, Keelan, you are in no way a bad man. But the problem is, some of your behavior, as you know, is really, really bad.
Yeah.
I am not here to criticize you or shame you for it, but I need you to know it's going to stop, or this is over.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a matter of time. And at some point, she's going to go, as much as I love you, I just can't be around this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she'll stop loving you. She'll just stop being willing to live with you.
I don't want to lose Sarah at all because she's the love of my life and I couldn't picture not having her around. Yeah, I think it is time to maybe get my shit together and really try hard.
Coming up, the fantasy dates begin.
I feel like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
It does feel like when we first got together.
But will reality get in the way?
Drink that whole bottle.
For Sarah and Keelan.
I think he just doesn't think about consequences.
There's only 3 weeks left to save their relationships, so specialists Sandy and Michael have set the boys a challenge to organise fantasy dates for their partners in an attempt to bring romance back to the couples.
The women have told their partners in 101 ways what it is that they want and need in terms of romance. And we want to find out if the men have been listening.
Promise me there's no skydiving.
There may be.
Stop it.
The men need to get their fantasy dates right, or there'll be hell to pay.
You don't have a lot of trust in me, do you?
It's not about you, it's about me.
You better not drink today on my fantasy date and ruin it.
It's all about you today, baby.
Promise?
Promise. The fantasy date was all about providing a day that she wouldn't forget.
Look how pretty that water is.
I think she needs to explore things a little bit more, so I thought I'd keep it mellow, but something different. And definitely had no plans on drinking.
This is the best day of my life.
You haven't even experienced
No,
it
like
yet.
this is actually the best day of my life.
First time I've ever been on a proper boat in an ocean. I liked it because Keelan planned something for me that got me out of my comfort zone.
I'll go in first and then I'll help you in.
I'm scared.
You're right.
You have to help me.
I was a bit scared that she was going to get scared being out in the middle of the ocean, but I think she dealt with it pretty well. I think she enjoyed it.
Woo! Welcome.
See how shallow it is? Ankle deep.
Oh, it's nice, the water.
There's a fish. That's a shark.
Is that a shark?
It is. It's all right. Don't worry.
No! Will they bite you?
No, it'll be right. It's only a little one.
There was like 3 of them.
Look how pretty it is, Gil. Snorkeling in the middle of the ocean was awesome.
That's sexy mermaid.
It does feel like, you know, when we first got together, that old spark that half blew out is starting to come back.
Cheers.
Cheers. Juice cheers.
Oh, you're not allowed to drink today, so juice, cheers.
Yeah, I promised Sarah that I wouldn't drink on the date. I think that promise was important to me, but I think it was probably more important to her. Did you enjoy that?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I feel like this is what I've been trying to achieve, just spending quality time with him, and I finally have it. Thanks, Keelan.
No worries.
Seriously, thank you. I love it. It was the best day of my life, definitely. Pound it.
We pound it. We don't blow it up. That's for later. We only do that after the deed.
Josh is taking Sade to a remote island for their fantasy date, where they'll be camping overnight.
I chose this date because Sade's always complaining we don't spend enough time together, and I thought what better way to do that than a deserted island with only the 2 of us, and there's literally no other distractions.
Oh my God. It's just picture perfect. White sand, the water is so clear. It looked amazing.
So we actually spend the whole day and night here, and we come back tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
And I know you're not much of a camper, but I figured you'd be able to do this.
Yeah. While we're wandering around, it's kind of hitting me that there is no toilet and there is no shower, there is no running water, there's hardly anywhere with shade. I was getting so hot, I was starting to feel really sick. Oh, a part of me was just starting to question as to whose fantasy date this actually was.
That's cool, isn't it?
An age-old issue between men and women is not understanding their partners. People assume that what works for them works for their partners, and it's a disaster.
Thank you.
Check that bad boy out.
What the is this?
It's a little snorkeling pack so we can go and do some snorkeling. Because you're always saying that you want to go and do different things with me and stuff like that.
I hit the jackpot.
Oh, you did? What other boyfriends bring you to a deserted island?
The ones that turn into exes?
I think there's a word that goes with you. It might sound something like ungrateful.
I am thankful.
I said ungrateful.
I don't like living survivor style, and I don't like
Wasn't exactly
being in the
survivor
beach and, you know, that kind of stuff. Whereas Josh, he loves going in the beach. He loves being in the water. I would have liked, you know, some roses or something romantic maybe, like something really thoughtful, like that he thought that I would actually really have wanted.
I did all this thinking that Sade would really appreciate this and really love this. I don't know what else you can do outside of taking someone to a deserted island that is romantic. I don't know what tops that, but still not enough.
ideal fantasy date would be to get dressed up, get taken away somewhere exotic, maybe by plane, helicopter. Just be pampered and spoilt, and I'm Princess Lucy.
5-star all the way.
All the way.
Did you bring your hairdryer?
No.
Good, because I don't think you can plug a hairdryer into a palm tree.
It's been a long drive on some of Fiji's roughest roads, and having spent more than 2 hours in the car, Lucy is less than impressed.
We're going on a fantasy date.
It's not really fantasy for me, I'm sorry, darling.
Really?
Yeah.
You hate me now.
Well, you're trying to fix our marriage, I'll freaking make it worse. If all the girls get pampered and have a really nice day, I'm so gonna divorce you.
Really?
Carly's not taking this seriously. He's mucking around, he's joking.
Do you reckon I'm likely to get lucky tonight?
This is all a big prank. Did you really just say that? At that point, I didn't think this date could get any worse.
I started to worry and think, maybe I've gone too far. Maybe this isn't going to work.
Lucy and Carl have had a rough start to their fantasy date.
I'm really nervous. I want to turn around and go back.
You want to go back to your 5-star villa?
Yeah.
Carl is hoping to show Lucy that she doesn't need a luxury resort to inspire romance.
Look, there's horses, natural water. Look at this. It's beautiful, baby. You're right. This is what our fantasy date's all about. It's just getting back to nature and getting back to the bare basics and just trying to bring out that fun Lucy that I fell in love with. This is your limousine, bub. This is cool, eh?
Oh my goodness me.
Woohoo! How good's this, eh? Yeah, but we gotta balance ourselves. Jeepers.
What? You serious?
All right. How good's this, eh?
Very romantic.
This is romantic. Jeepers.
Oh my God. I was just tired. I was cranky. I wasn't having fun at all. Carl likes to prank me all the time, so I thought it was a joke. And I was still looking to see if there was any, helicopter waiting or a 5-star hotel around the corner, but there was nothing.
Oh, that's our song.
And in my dreams, I kissed your lips 1,000 times.
When I recognised the song, which was our song, I was so emotional. It was the most amazing thing that I've ever heard. Carla's never done anything that romantic before.
I love you.
It was something that I will remember forever.
It was a really good feeling. It felt like I'd finally got it right.
Is it me you're looking for?
It is, darling.
And I want to tell you so much. I love
you. Let's go.
Well, no, just make sure I don't run into anything.
Boss, I'm not going to make you walk into anything. I want the fantasy date for Lisa to be an experience she can't get at home. She's afraid of heights, so I wanted to challenge her in a way that was not going to be too extreme for her.
So we're going right?
You're going to try and suss out.
Yeah.
Lisa is a perfectionist, and when you're a perfectionist, you actually become a low risk taker. And unfortunately, life is not about control. Life is about being flexible adapting to change and adapting to people. Otherwise, you don't function well.
Okay, you ready?
No.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I knew it was going to be a plane. I'm not jumping out of it. Dan knows I'm not a big fan of flying. I don't like that feeling of bumping around in an aeroplane. You're going to fly us today?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Can you promise me you won't crash? I just don't feel safe, and that's not my ideal situation.
Sierra Echo Alpha, taking off runway 14.
It's like handing my destiny over to another person, so I get a bit nervous.
You can look, it's safe.
I was scared of the plane crashing into the mountains. I know it sounds silly, but it is a real fear that I have.
Oh,
The plane's not going to fall out of the sky because of a little bit of a turbulence.
Sorry, but this isn't really my fantasy. Dan kind of, in his own way, just told me to get over it, and that's probably when I got really, really upset.
I held Lisa's hand for the whole flight. I was trying to reassure her. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job, so I was kind of stuck after that. I didn't know where to go.
We're different people. We like different things. You can't force me to like something that I don't like.
I'm not trying to make you like flying. There's sometimes I think that no matter what I do, I won't be able to get it right.
We've been together for 3.5 years, and I still don't know if this man knows what lights me up in my core. Mid-flight, the fantasy date wasn't feeling real fabulous. But as we came over the mountains and we saw the ocean, I did calm down and I started to enjoy it, and I can see why Dan planned it the way that he did. So are we going to land in the water?
Yeah.
Wow.
How smooth's that?
Better than some runway landings. That's cool. Now I can breathe. Arriving at Dolphin Island was just amazing. The water was sparkling clear and we had this whole beach to ourselves. I was really excited. Dan nailed it. The water is my happy place. This date is definitely improving from here, I'm sure of it. Jesus, is it like open air?
Bit of eco styles for you.
When we arrived at our room, the wind was absolutely raging. Like, at one point, I thought I was going to get blown over. It was so windy. And our room had no front on it. Just hope it doesn't blow away.
It's like fully made of like sticks and stuff. At least the wind will blow away any love-making noise.
If you're lucky enough. Look, it's not Dan's fault the wind is as strong as it is, but I'll be honest, I'm a bit cold already, so I don't know how I'm going to feel tonight. Maybe my expectations are too high.
I was pretty excited, and I just wanted to show Jo that I do care and that I can actually do something for her and plan a nice date. I decided on my fantasy date that I'd rather pamper and just make her feel relaxed because she's so on the go at home, and I hope that we can get those wedding rings back on her finger and get back to what we used to be when we first met. Okay. This is Anna.
Nice to meet you.
Anna's got a present that I picked for you.
You did?
Yes.
Ooh.
Stu, it's gorgeous. This is the first dress that Stu's ever bought me. He's done well. He's gone and chosen it himself, so that means more than anything to me at the moment. Thank you. I don't know why I feel so nervous. I've given birth to 2 of your children and yet I'm nervous eating sushi in front of you.
Well, it's probably because it's been such a long time since I've, done this for you, so...
Thank you.
No worries.
I feel like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
Really?
Yes. Can you be my Richard Gere?
I don't know about that.
Aww.
I'm happy, yeah, you're happy.
I am. I'm really happy.
So, I had the counselling session with Sandy. Probably the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. But it was such a big weight lifted off my shoulders.
Now you have a light or a spark back in you.
Yep.
I'm really proud of you. I really am, because that's a massive step for you.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
A fantasy date on a deserted island was not what Sade was expecting from Josh. And she's clearly not happy about the thought of going snorkelling for the first time.
We got into the water. I've never snorkeled before, so I have no clue on how to make any of it work. And then off he went, and he left me. And I was looking for him, and I couldn't see him anywhere for ages. So I started crying in the water.
She was acting a bit like a sport brat because she didn't get what she wanted, and the reaction that she had really pissed me off. So I thought, well, yeah, I'm just going to leave you.
The idea of us to go snorkeling was so that we could do something together. We get in the water and I'm on my own. I just wanted to go home. I was done already. You happy now? We did everything you wanted to do since we've been here.
Yeah, all right.
This is like Survivor style. There's not even a toilet and a shower, like the basics. Like,
We can't even come to a place like this and not fight.
because you're selfish. You're so selfish.
How is any of this selfish?
Because this is stuff you want to do, Josh.
The state was supposed to bring us closer together. Instead, it's sent us further apart. Just over it. I'm just really getting over it. I'm sick and tired of talking. I'm sick and tired of being the one who goes over and apologises and tries to get things back on track. And it's a waste of time.
I think Josh is pretty much done with me. I don't think he wants to do this anymore.
We set the men a challenge to organise the perfect fantasy date for their partner. Either this experience will highlight connection and understanding, or deep differences which will require repairing.
After our massive argument earlier, I really just feel like I need to get away, get some space.
He hasn't come over to me, so I think it's time that I go over to him. It looks like we might be here until midnight cooking those.
I think we might be.
I'm done arguing with you. That's all we ever do. I'm sick of it. Even though this might not be up my alley, I still want to be here with you. Okay?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't want to lose you. I love you. I want to be with you. Okay? I love you.
I love you too. It was a big moment, probably the turning point of the whole trip.
I'm glad Josh and I can somewhat resolve our issues so that we can enjoy our time here. This place is absolute heaven. It's magical.
Carl has taken Lucy away from the luxury retreat to a traditional Fijian village.
Yeah, going back to basics was a massive risk, I think, for me, because I knew Lucy wouldn't warm up to it straight away, but it's been perfect.
Hola.
Hola. I really love Lucy seeing that kitchen and seeing those huts and seeing the way that the traditional Fiji people still live today. And I just wanted her to see that, you know, these people are happy. They're happy people, they're healthy people, and they've all got smiles on their faces, and you don't need much in life to be happy. I love you.
I love you. I guess you're making me feel special and, you know, I don't need anything else.
That was the whole idea of bringing you here, you know. I just wanted to show you that we don't need all that stuff. All we need is each other.
Jodie and Stu haven't had sex in more than a year, but things look to be improving with their romantic fantasy date.
I can't even talk. I'm like so blown away with what you've done. You just keep shocking me. I'm just really happy because I just never thought that I would get my old Stu back.
It's good to see you happy, Belle. This is the way I want you to feel. I'm sorry it's taken me so long.
Cheers. Cheers for the best day ever. And cheers for bringing me here.
No worries, you're welcome. I feel like we're getting back on track, and it feels great. You know, I've never felt like this for a long, long time. I'm sure you're feeling the same.
Stu is starting to come around, but for Jodie, something may have changed.
Romance with Stu and being intimate with Stu is all that I want. But at the same time, it's still really terrifying. It's still really awkward when it comes to the bedroom. It really scares me because Stu might get back on track now, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I've emotionally disconnected too much.
Dan has organised a romantic sunset dinner for Lisa in an attempt to get their fantasy date back on track.
Cheers.
How do you feel like everything's going so far with the retreat?
I don't know, I don't think much has changed, really.
I would agree with that.
I think I said previously about leopards not changing their spots and us both being still the same people when we come away from here. And
we have to change the way we react to each other. We don't have to change who we are. I always disappoint you, like constantly disappoint you.
But that's how I feel. The whole of today I've felt like that.
Like what?
That I've disappointed you.
Why? At what point did I say you disappointed me? At what point did I actually...
You don't have to say it, though. That's the thing. You don't have to use those words.
Yeah. What is the point? This man just doesn't believe in me. He doesn't see the good in me. I don't even know why we're here.
I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much. I don't feel like we're going to solve our problems here.
Sarah and Keelan have returned from their fantasy date, but it appears that the romance is short-lived.
You're right, babe?
Are you?
I'm good. Bit pissy, but had a good day.
Keelan did not drink anything at all on our fantasy date, which was really nice. She drank that whole bottle.
Yeah, that bottle plus more. Good how you going, but all good.
But right now, he's extremely drunk. You can't talk to him. It's frustrating. I'm over it.
I've had a few more drinks than I probably should have had. And like, I'll admit it, I'm drunk, but it doesn't matter. Like, whatever, like I'm drunk, whatever, but like, I don't want to be drunk. I'm here to fix myself. I don't want to get drunk every day. I want to get rid of that.
He was very intoxicated.
But I'm sorry, like, it's really hard. Like, it really is.
And it's like for him, he just can't control it, I don't think. I am sick of trying to rescue Keelan all the time and try and pick him up and put the pieces back together. It's a bit mentally exhausting. Stop drinking! I think he just doesn't think about consequences.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Okay. I will leave if things don't change.
Tomorrow night on The Last Resort. It's the dinner party from hell.
If you could swap partners with someone in the retreat,
Oh, no!
who would it be and why?
And one couple will leave the retreat for good.
I'm done with you. You're a piece of shit.